Hello, today we're at Kingley Vale, which is near a village called West Stoke in West Sussex, which is just a few miles northwest of Chichester. We'll be doing a circular walk. There's lots to see here. We've got some Stone Age barrows at the top of the hill. We've got the ancient yew forest. Lots to see, so let's go. So we parked in the little car park at Kingley Vale, and we'll take the track north. It's fairly obvious to find from the car park, and it's about three quarters of a mile. That track will head directly north, and then you've got some choices there, and we'll have a look at those when we get to the end of this track. So we're nearing the end of this section of track. The hill in the distance there is where we hope to end up. There's a circular route you can take either to the left or the right. Today we'll be going left, but we're also going to take a slight detour into the yew wood, because mainly that's why people come here. And it's a lovely walk from the car park up to the yews and back again. It's just over 2 miles, and that's a nice little walk on its own. Don't know if you can hear, but there's a, it sounds like rifle fire over there. I don't know if there's a range there. Quite close to Chichester, so not sure. I will check and let you know. So about a mile up from the car park, we're now at a junction where we're entering the Kingley Vale National Nature Reserve. We are going to do a circular walk. You can either turn right and head up that way and go in an anti-clockwise direction to get back here, or so that's where we just came up. Today we're going up that way, just for a change. But first, I think we'll pop in and take some shots of the yew trees, because as I say, that's one of the main reasons people come here. done our little detour. We saw the ancient yew forests, so we're back on the track that we left to go into the yew route. To my right is the track we came up on. As I say, it's about a mile from the car park. You can either go straight ahead that way to do the anti-circle loop, anti-clockwise, but we are going to be going right to meander our way up to the top of the hill that way. You could actually go through the yew forest, the yew wood rather, and there's a very steep path that will take you to the top of the hill, unless you're fit, shall we say. It is a bit of a stroll, so I'd keep to these more gentle paths. So off we go, the climb begins. What a nice day. Still hear that gunfire coming from behind me. I must check on a map, see if there's any ranges around here. Whew. Breathing a bit heavy, almost at the top. I'm sure the views when we get there will be worth it. Wow, we're not at the top yet. The far distance you get the hills of the Isle of Wight, you get the Solent in front of that, you got Langstone Harbour, Thorney Island, Healing Island. Okay, near the top of the hill on the right hand side you'll see a gate leading to a track. It's an alternative. It meanders its way up to where we will end up if we carry on the main track. I think it's probably less of a gradient that we're on. So if you're puffing a bit at this point in the hill, it might be an option. But you still got to go up the top of that hill, so either way, we're climbing. It's actually not too bad. We always give ourselves a reward. In this case, it's a cup of coffee, but it could just be a 5-minute rest, drink of water, admire the views, pat yourself on the back for climbing up the hill. So off we go. When you get to the top of the hill, there's some more of these old yew trees. When you get to the top of the climb, well, the main climb, we've still got a slight gradient to go. You'll come to a signpost and a track junction. We want to be going off right, and we're going to be heading for what's called the Devils Humps, which is ancient Neolithic burial mounds, commonly called barrows. So that's where we'll have our coffee. So this is a typical barrow. We used to call them tumuli, but now it seems to be marked on the map as barrows. This, they reckon about 4,000 or 5,000 years old, this particular site. There would be burial sites for important chieftains. There is a story that some Viking warriors are buried here as well, and they're said to haunt the Vale. Because it wouldn't have looked like this. They reckon it would have been white chalk, surrounded by a perimeter, so like a white blancmange sitting on a large white plate, as somebody once described it. You're coming down from the Devils Humps then to complete the second part of the circle. It will take us back to the junction to go back to the car park. There's a track going to the right. You can take that and that will wind its way down and you'll eventually come down the hill. But if you want to stick to the main track, which we are doing today, it's straight ahead. Just at the last barrow on this site. Can't recall what this is, just having a nose. Well, there's nothing on it. No signs, no engraving. I'll do some research when I go back and stick it up on the screen. So after about half a mile or so, you'll come to a finger post, a track junction, to get back down to complete our loop down to the car park. We want to go right here. There is a bench just to my left with fantastic views, so take the opportunity, have a rest. But it's all downhill now. So that shooting I heard earlier, which I thought may have been a military range, but I now think, judging from the fact it's coming from those trees down there, perhaps a shoot going on. I can actually see some cars lined up in a field. Yeah, some pheasant shooting, perhaps. Another fantastic view from here. We're on our way downhill now, or have been for a bit. It was a bit steep in places, but perfectly manageable. So, just continuing down the path now. of white over there jutting out. Okay, once we come to the end of that path, we come to a path that crosses at the bottom, so we'll be going right. So we're back at the where we stopped to look at the yew trees near the start of the walk. We started the loop by going off to my right. We've just come down the clockwise direction back to this gate. So all it is now is the track we came up on, retrace our footpaths down there. It's about a mile back to the car park, and then we can think about which pub we're going to go to. Right. So back at the little car park at Kingley Vale, not Kingsley Vale, as I've been saying probably throughout this video. According to my watch, that was about 5.5 miles. I think a good mile and a half of that was constantly going uphill. As I said earlier, some people do this walk just to go and see the yew trees, so it's a mile down that track, which is nice, and a mile back. But if you want the real reward, the real prize is getting up on top of that hill, because the views south, well, all round actually, but especially the south, are really worth it. And you get to see those cumuli, as I still call them. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you get the chance to do it, let me know how you get on. And we'll see you again for another Weathers Away. Goodbye.